Hi angels, welcome back to my channel. In today's video, as you guys saw by the title, the thumbnail, obviously this intro, is how to prepare for back to school videos, back to school just in general, and back to school videos because I'm going to be doing a bunch of other back to school videos, as you guys know, of course. So it's been a while since you've heard voice over me, you know, we're living life, but I know that you guys like more like aesthetically pleasing, like just like my comments like as like a caption type thing. But I feel like today's video is just easier, is I just explain what is going on with everything. So I'm going to be giving you guys a couple of tips that have been helpful for me when I go back to school and how to prepare for it. Comment down below when you guys start your first day of school. Mine is August 23rd. So let's get straight on into the video. Okay, so my first goal is to set both academic and personal goals. I think it's super important to set goals so that you know what you want to get out of the school year. For me, I know that I want to have a 4.0 GPA. I want to, you know, study at least once a week because in the beginning of the week, in the beginning of the year, you really don't have too much homework, so that I get into the groove of getting back into the studying stuff and like making my notes all pretty. I think it's also really helpful if you look back at your old like goals and figure out what you did wrong last year. So reflecting on last year and figuring out what you need to do this year. So this is my index card vision board. So if you want to see that video of me making this, I link it in the eye, and it will be in the description box below in one of my playlists, of course. My next goal or next tip for you guys is to have and clean a good workspace. Your bed is not an option. I feel like I say this in every single one. If you bring your work to bed, your bed is supposed to be a place where you can relax and do everything and sleep. So if you're bringing work, you're bringing stress, it's going to be more likely that you're not going to be able to work. So I used to work in my dining room. And then I figured out, oh wait, I have a desk, but my desk used to be so messy that it would be cluttered and I'd be like, absolutely not. So I have my desk, and you guys also know I have like a studying corner, which is like a bean bag, and then I have like a little organizer that I put like notebooks and things like that. So figure out what works for you. I think personally my desk is really cool because I have pens, highlighters, obviously a sturdy space, and it has nice lights, as you guys know. So I think it's really cool. But then if I want to like lean back and do like a reading thing, or if I'm reading a book or looking through something, I will use my studying corner because it's a beanbag. So if I need a little bit of relaxation, I have two options. Obviously, you can always use like your dining room, your living room, just not your bed. Like, please do not use your bed. Like, I say this all the time. You're just gonna bring all that stress from work into your bed. So I'd say a desk is cool. Your floor, maybe if you don't have a desk. My studying corner. So yeah, figure out what's a good study space for you because it's gonna be super important when you go back to school. My next tip for you guys is to organize and look through old notes. This way you have the mindset of, okay, it's time to go back to school, and you know what you kind of already are reviewing things that they're going to review like the first few weeks of school. Also, I think it's really cool to, like I said, like how you reflect on your goals and improve from that. I think if you're looking through your old notes, you kind of figure out what you like in your notes, how you like to take them, what you like to do with them. I think reflecting is just a really good way of improving yourself and improving your notes, your goals, just everything. So I think that's really important so that you know what you need to accomplish for this upcoming school year. But also, I just think that, you know, it's cool to look back on old stuff and be like laughing at yourself and being like, I can't believe I did that. I do that all the time. So I feel like if you're looking back on your goals, not only are you reflecting, but you're also kind of building up the stamina you need to get back into the summer's over, school starting era, if essentially. I forgot to mention that I also just like looking at how I changed my style, because I feel like every single note that I make drastically, like there's just something that is always changing. So I feel like I like looking back at that also, and then bringing that old style into the new school year, and eventually like looking back at my old notes at the end of the school year and being like, hey, look, I changed my style. So that's just how I like to do it. Okay, so my next tip for you guys is to make a plan or use to-do lists. Make a plan, do to-do lists, kind of a little bit in the same genre era. So this is me setting up my planner. So for me, I feel like I have two different options when it comes to like planning my life out, time management skills. I have a planner, but I also use Notion. So Notion is an online website that you kind of can customize to whatever you want. I use it for literally everything. I use it for my YouTube content calendar. I use it for Instagram, but I don't really use it for Instagram because it's just empty, because I just post whatever I want on Instagram. And then obviously I have my physical planner. So for Notion, I use that every single week. So I have all of my assignments out, and I have like a calendar for the week as well. I feel like my physical planner is for my huge assignments that I know from the beginning of the school year, like finals, tests, exams that they give you on the syllabus, that they literally tell you on the syllabus. So I put that in my physical planner, but I also put like my extracurriculars, if I have a church thing or something, so that I know what I'm going to be doing that day. So making a planner is super important, because at least you're getting back into the groove of having time management skills, so that, you're managing like, oh, I have like a volleyball game, or I have a church thing, or I have a club that I have to go to. So make sure that you're making a plan, to-do list, so that your body and your brain just kind of goes back to the fact that you have to go back to school, and that you have to plan out everything that you need to do. So figure out what works for you. For me, it's a planner and Notion. For you, it could be a bullet journal, a planner, Notion, Google Calendars, time blocking, a passion planner. I don't know, whatever works for you. So, leave a comment down below telling me what you prefer, because I love to know, and I'm very nosy. So yeah. So yeah, make a plan, make to-do lists, find what works for you. My next tip for you guys is super important for before you go back to school. It is, you need to fix your sleeping schedule. It is going to be so hard to like go back to school and just like have no sleep and, wake up, in the middle of the night and all this stuff. So what I use to help me sleep is Relax Melodies. Not sponsored. I just generally love this app. It gives you so many different options. Like you can do this not just for sleeping, but there's like relaxing noises and all this stuff. I personally use the Composer one, which is where you just pick a couple items that are free. They do have an upgrade one, but I don't use it. So I have like rain, the ocean, an orchestra, and then I kind of adjust the sound. How high it goes, the volume. I'm sorry, I don't know why I couldn't think of it. I adjust the volume, and then that's how I put it. And I put it when I go to sleep, and for some reason it knocks me out. Like, you can ask my mom, my dad, anyone. I literally use this. I've been using this so much. So I feel like this tip is so important for you to do before you go back to school, because fixing your schedule is super important, because you don't want to, go to sleep at like 12, and then you have to wake up like at 5 or 6 or something super like early. So make sure you're fixing your sleeping schedule so that you get back to the routine of when you need to go to sleep and wake up. And I recommend, if you can't go to sleep, like I couldn't go to sleep for some reason, I use Relax Melodies, and you can literally turn off your device. I used my iPad and just go to sleep. They have so many different options. So find what works for you, but you really, really need to fix your sleeping schedule, because sleep is such an important thing for school and for studying and all that stuff. So you really need to sleep. So fix that schedule of yours. Because I know in the summer, you get used to going to sleep late, waking up late, all that good stuff. I'm a morning person, and sometimes I wake up a little bit later than I would normally. So I think fixing your sleeping schedule is super important for that. And because I usually have to wake up like at 5 in the morning, and it's terrible when you first start waking up at 5 in the morning. So fix it. Fix the schedule. Trust me, it will help you. my last and final tip for you guys is to make a routine. Now, I think it's super important for you to do this before you go back to school, but also the week you go back to school, because this way you know what time you're going to get up, and you also know what time you're going to get back from school. This is super important for you to make like a morning routine, a night routine, an after school routine. All of those routines are super important. This way your body just starts to do this naturally, and you don't have to force yourself to, oh, I need to study, or oh, it's time to wake up, time to brush my teeth, time to get ready for school. It just comes natural to you. And obviously you had a break from that because you were, going to, you were going, it was summer, you weren't doing anything. And even if you were, your schedule was still a little different. So you have to get back to like the schedule of, okay, it's time to get up like at who knows what time your school starts. I have to leave the house at this time to get to the bus. I have to do this. I have to do this. So I think making a routine over the summer is super important so that you have a routine and you're not just waking up whenever and doing whatever in the summer. So if you make a routine in the summer, it will hopefully correspond to when you wake up and when you go to sleep, and that routine mindset will continue when you go back to school. So I would make a routine of when do I need to study? When do I need to work on things? When it also just helps with your time management. I feel like it really just does. And I feel like over the summer I've made a routine, and if you guys didn't know, I talked about productive things to do over the summer and things that you need to do for the summer. Like making a routine so that your body is just always used to you having a routine. It also helps to have to-do lists so that you know what you need to accomplish of the day. So if you're doing this before your school year starts, before school starts, start making a routine of, I have to wake up at a certain time, go to sleep at a certain time, and then try to accomplish everything I can at a certain time. So like after school, I need to do homework, study, do all this stuff. So I would say everyone is always like, make a routine, but they never talk about why. I feel like your body just naturally gets into the mode or into the, it just gets used to you always doing this at a certain time. So I feel like when I was in school, my body would always want to get awake at 5. And then I'd come home, I would be hungry because that's what I would get, eat a snack. Then my body would get used to eating around 12 because that's when my lunchtime was at. And usually, or 11, whenever I had a lunch break, that's when my body would get used to it. And then there would be a certain time where I would come home and then I'd know I have to take the dog out, start studying, start homework. And then there would be a time where I'd have to do all of this stuff. So your body just gets used to, that routine that you have. So I think it's super important and super helpful. So those are all of my tips for you guys. I hope that they were helpful for you. I hope that you take something out of them and you have a great start to your school year. Make sure you guys subscribe to be part of the Angels team. Also hit that notification bell so you be part of the #Angels Notification team. And once you do that, you will never miss another one of my videos. So again, thank you guys so much for watching today's video. Make sure you guys stay tuned for next Sunday's video, because I promise you guys, it's been a while since I said this. I promise you guys it will be an amazing one. Bye guys.